Great. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, thank you all for being here and for the testimony you've already provided. It's very, very helpful. The 30-day notice period and the provisions that we want to include within that so that there's some rationale that Congress and the American people can understand, really important. The testimonial subpoena, we put guardrails in place for a reason, because we think this is a power that could be abused. We want to make sure it's not. In that area, there is some discussion of putting a sunset on it. I understand if it's a sunset that is very short, that it would be hard for it to work operationally. It takes a while to get this process up and going. But what about a sunset of 4 or 5 or 6 years for the testimonial subpoenas? How would you feel about that? Anyone feel free to chime in.
I'll start. Our strong preference, Congress always has the ability to revoke an authority that it's granted. Our concern with the sunset provision is that it's a blunt instrument. Our preference would be to have a requirement to have the use of these authorities reviewed by an independent entity like SIGI or GAO, and allow the results of that review to inform Congress's decision about whether to continue or to revoke this authority. But if a sunset date is necessary, and we understand that that's important for some members, we would ask that the period be long enough to enable us to have sufficient numbers of examples to make the case for the use of the authority. Since in many instances, the mere fact that a testimonial subpoena authority could be issued is enough to ensure an individual's compliance with an interview. So we would, we would prefer, a 10-year period before sunsetting, and then that's in no small part because of the amount of time that it's taken us to obtain this authority in the first place. Okay. It's taken us 10 years with congressional support to get this far, and we're worried that we could, with a hard and fast sunset, lose that authority and have great difficulty getting it reauthorized.
Well, I do think it's important also the guardrails we've placed on it, and we'll have further discussions about that, because I think this is an important issue for us to try to resolve today as we go into markup in the next couple of weeks in this legislation.